Hello, dear traders and investors. Thank you very much for paying attention to our video review. We will compare the main fundamental indicators of the company Qualcomm Incorporated, ticker QCOM. This review is based on data as of August 1st, 2024. According to classification Guru.Markets, company Qualcomm Incorporated belongs to the subcategory Communication Mobile. 33 organizations take part in the comparison, and this is very representative. We start with summary data for the company. A little further, we will look at each parameter in more detail. If necessary, you can pause the video. You can look at each of the corporation's parameters more closely. Access to the table with the structure of company tickers is free and open. Thank you very much for your repost, as well as other support. We really need it. Well, friends, let's begin. Market capitalization of the corporation Qualcomm Incorporated is $201.94 billion. Market capitalization of the subcategory is $974 billion. Qualcomm Incorporated accounts for a share of 20.734% and is one of the leaders in the subcategory. The company's balance sheet capitalization is estimated at $24.29 billion. With a subcategory capitalization of $490 billion. Qualcomm Incorporated accounts for a share of 4.96%. Having made a comparison of the shares occupied by stock exchange and balance sheet capitalization, we will see the following. Occupied share Qualcomm Incorporated in the subcategory in case of market value assessment is 20.734%. The balance sheet capitalization is 4.96%, which is 76% less than the share of the exchange value. Assessment of the company's share of the market and book value of the subcategory. Bad, -1 point. The company's financial liabilities amount to $15.3 billion. Debt to book value is 63% of equity. Result on the company's debts, tolerable, 0 points. The ratio of the company's stock price to its profit is 24.3. The average for the subcategory is 19.6, and this is 19% higher than the average for the subcategory. Assessment of the company's stock price to profit ratios in comparison with companies in the subcategory. Tolerable, 0 points. Profit for the last 12 months was $8,385 million. Forward earnings for the coming 12 months are expected to be $11,281 million. This is 34.5% more than currently. Assessment of expected future profit in comparison with companies in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. The company's value to revenue ratio is 5.6. The subcategory average is 1.6, which is 250% higher than the subcategory average. Assessment of the exchange price to its revenue indicator in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Bad, -1 point. Revenue for the last 12 months was $36,410 million. Projected revenue for the next 12 months is tentatively expected to be $48,980 million. Which is 35% more than the current figure. Assessment of the estimated future sales volumes in comparison with the indicators of companies in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. The sales margin is 23%, with an average for the subcategory of 8.2%. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 14.9%. Assessment of sales profitability in comparison with indicators in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. The company's share in terms of the number of subcategory personnel is 5.7%, which is 264% less than the share of market capitalization. And this reflects the imbalance in the company's stock market value. Qualcomm Incorporated, most likely towards revaluation. The amount of capital for each employee of the company is $4,000 and $39,000. Whereas for the subcategory $1,110,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 263.9%. Estimation of the amount of market capital of the company per employee in comparison with indicators in the subcategory. Tolerable, 0 points. The company's profit per employee is $167,700. The average in the subcategory is $56,700. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 196%. Estimation of profit for each company employee in comparison with indicators in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. The share of revenue per individual employee of the company is $728,000. By subcategory, $694,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 5%. Estimation of sales per individual company employee in comparison with indicators in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. The volume of short transactions is 2.6%, with an average for the subcategory of 1.7%. This is an indicator of a possible short squeeze. Technical indicator RSI 14 shows a level of 43% for the company Qualcomm. Whereas for the subcategory this level is 55%. On average, shares in the subcategory are valued higher than the company's Qualcomm Incorporated. Comparing the price movement of a company's shares Qualcomm and subcategory companies, we will see that over 12 months the company's shares Qualcomm showed a change of 36.9%. Against the price dynamics for the subcategory of 2.8%. This clearly does not indicate anything, but it is necessary to take note of this fact. Before announcing the total score, please make your assessment of the company's shares Qualcomm Incorporated in the comments below. We read all the comments and try very hard to respond to almost every comment. Your comments greatly contribute to the development of the project Guru.Markets. The overall result is as follows: 0.5 out of 10 points. The average score for the subcategory is 0 points. Taken broadly, within the US market in the aggregate, we will see that the average score for the US stock market as a whole is 0.3 points. Against a score of 0.5 points for Qualcomm Incorporated. Let's go to the order table, which is available to everyone. The link is in the pinned comment. The order table contains all decisions made by the information and reference evaluation system Guru.Markets. Access to the order table is free, link in pinned comment. As a result of the analysis of the company's shares Qualcomm, information and reference system Guru.Markets, a decision is made. Do not open a deal due to Qualcomm, overvalued subcategory company. Thank you all for watching this video and for using the help system from Guru.Markets. You are all truly the coolest audience.